started in music early. Margo started at 4. I started at 6. My father was gospel musician. Had several groups, the Links of Harmony. And we often listened to their rehearsals. And as we listened, we picked up parts of what they were doing. Oftentimes, my father could not get his singers to do a certain part. So he asked Margo, do that part and show him how to do it. We emulated what my father's group was doing.
The sun is gonna shine in my like no someday. Hey.
We moved out to Hopkins Park, Illinois in about 1949. And out there, it was the country, period. I mean, you drive to Moments, I think it's about 15, 20 miles away to the big city where it had a store. Okay, so Hopkins Park, Illinois was just the country, period. But out there, we discovered the Mennonite Church. The most interesting thing is we traveled with the Mennonite Church everywhere. Elkhart, Indiana, Sterling, Illinois, Olney, 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 Illinois. They were white. I mean, we were the only shadows that ever come into that town back in those days. I mean, geez. But we were well received all the time because we went with the Mennonite Church, and we traveled and sang with them. Margo was still in Illinois when I was in the Air Force in Mississippi, and I would, at different times, ask her to come up and sing with us. Margo at that time was doing strictly R&B, and she was a firecracker, let me tell you, because there was we played a place called the Go-Go Beach in Columbus, Mississippi. This is the 60s. When I first got there, the deputy sheriff of Lowndes County stopped me in my car just to tell me he was the deputy sheriff of Lowndes County. Yes, sir. We were supposed to get 60% of the door. There was about 350 people. We got $140. And Margo went ballistic. And I'm going, no. Shh. That's fine. That's fine. You know, that's the way it was in the South. You know, you do what you do and you get what you get. And it was fine. You know, it's called paying dues.
This is my life. Today, tomorrow, love will come and find me.
Margo came to Arizona in 1973 with her oldest sister, Laverne. And Margo got a job working, doing housekeeping, room cleaning at the Contiki Motel on East Van Buren. One of the other housekeepers said to Margo, "You're always singing while you're doing the room cleaning. You should go over to the Century Sky Room at 12th Street in Washington. You should go over there and sit in."
A gentleman came into the club and said, "Hey, there's a singer in town that I want you to listen to." So he took me to the Century Sky Room down here in downtown Phoenix. Oh, she was marvelous. She was working with a trio, but I've worked with her since, safely to say, 74 on.
Nobody knows you when you're down and out. I thought it was the classiest thing we had in this whole town. I tell people I loved Francine, but she was wild. And I said, if you really want that real thing, you know, the deep Billie Holiday blues thing, there was nobody better than Margo. I had a manager back in the 70s that was a real shyster, which I figured that's what you need, you know. And he had the audacity to go to Margo one night and say, "Are you looking for management? I'd love to manage you." And this was in the old Chewy's, and right there in the middle of the floor, I think she was watching Francine was playing, And she stood up and started screaming at my manager. And she said, I know that Hans Ellison boy, and he's a good boy, and you better not screw him over, she says, yelling it in front of all these people. And she said, don't you ever talk to me again. And she sat back down. My manager told me, he said, geez, Margo yelled at me in front of everybody. I went, wow, I like her.
Let me so nice. Oh, would be very nice to come home to you and
You know, she lives the music. If you don't really live the jazz lifestyle, really understand the words or really what's going on to it, that's what makes her happen. What you see is what you get. There's no pretense about her. When she sings, she says, oh, this song reminds me of this situation, or it might have been a gentleman in her past, or it might have been a family situation. And so when she sings a song, she's living the song. Music, you know, it has to be lived. If you want to be any kind of artist, you know, any genre of music, you have to live that music. And Margo has lived, you know, the female vocal life, and that's what sets her apart. Nobody touches her. She's the queen.
Necesito refrescar este seco corazón sediento de ti. Sumérgeme. I first met Margo Reed with the Reed family singing. Of course, you're blown away by it. It's supernatural when you hear it. It's jaw-dropping. It stops you in your tracks. And they're all different. You know, you've got Margo and Francine and Michael and Melody. It's amazing. When Margo Reed sings, she paints a sonic picture that is just amazing. You listen and the highs and the lows that she uses in her voice. It's quite incredible. It's very unique and rare.
that love, sweet dreams, they never come true. To prove that even wise men can be wrong, I concentrate on you.
No one had ever heard her sing. Okay, and Telluride. And how she got started in the Telluride Jazz Festivals is that she sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow a cappella out in the park while they were having a function. And it was raining when she started. And as she continued through the song, the rain stopped and a rainbow came over the mountain. And just everybody just went nuts. But that's how she got started in Telluride. One song. One song.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind. Someone like lemon drops way up above them. That's where you'll find over the rainbow, why?
What's nice about working with Marg is that she hears these modulations. She hears these things. Matter of fact, as she's singing, as Margot's singing, she's hearing big bands behind her. She's hearing the arrangements that are occurring, which is blessed talent in itself, which a lot of musicians do not possess.
No pretendo ser tu dueño, no soy nadie, yo no tengo vanidad de mi vida, doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. She's gotten better and better and better and better and better because her approach to singing is not how everybody else approaches singing, you know, and in the way that she does it, you know, it's just like life, like growing. You can't help but get better. The thing about Margo Reed that I learned a long, long time ago is that she's the complete package. There are a lot of singers out there and a lot of good singers out there. But Margo, to me, has it all. She's got it all. She has the instrument. She was born with a God-given instrument. She learned how to use it. She controls it. She's got the range. She's got the emotions. Margo doesn't waste notes and she doesn't waste lyrics. Margo doesn't sing songs. She is the song.
Margo's voice to me now is perfection. Every song she sings, you sang it better than you did 20 years ago, 30 years ago. To me, she has perfected her craft. She knows how a song should be sung the way she wants to sing it.
Forever we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, but they're only made of clay. Oh, our love is here to stay. Yeah. There is a difference between singing and vocalizing. It's one thing Margo did. Is she was a vocalist. She wasn't a singer. Anybody can roll out of bed and start singing and say, you know, yeah, all of us are singers. But when you put the work into it and you study your theory and you're constantly practicing and you put your heart and soul into everything and put your heart and soul into every word and every beat and the rhythms and, you know, use the words in the rhythmic patterns and, you know, then you can call yourself a vocalist. I will have to say there is none before her. There is none like her. And there is none after her. That's Margo Reed.
What set Margo really apart was her quality of voice and her pitch. She never sang out of tune. She could swing. I mean, she could, you know, ballads were beautiful. And they still are. I mean, you know.
Every once in a while, she'll be doing a thing with Armin here or there. So, yeah, she's still doing it. Maybe not as much as she was doing, you know, years past, but she's still doing it and she still brings it.
Margo was always pushing me, always encouraging me. Don't change, just keep being who you are.
The last time I saw Margo was at Barrio Cafe. She came in to have brunch with her sister and her friend, and always so supportive. You sound great, honey. Keep singing, keep doing what you're doing. And we actually sat with her with the guitar, and I'm gonna hold on to this moment forever because it's such a beautiful thing. And Andy said, "Why don't you sing Cuando vuelvo a tu lado and let Margo sing it in English, which is what a difference a day makes." So here I am. Oh, okay, here we go again. So I started out, Cuando vuelvo a tu lado, and Margo, what a difference a day makes, in that such presence with her voice. And the whole restaurant, it's quiet. You can hear a needle drop, and everyone's just listening to Margo. And wow, what a beautiful moment for me as an artist, because she has been such a great influence on my life.
Rusty your halo and skinny white cloud. Robe is so woolly it's fragile. Robe is so woolly it's fragile. Robe is so woolly it's fragile. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exception. Dr. Reed, each charted course, each careful step along the byways, much more than this. I did it my way. Every time I did all more than I could chew. But through it all, what is a man? could stand some loving, oh, so bad. I feel so funny, I feel so sad. Need a little sting on my clothes. Maybe I could fix things up so they go. What's the matter, Daddy?